So I was doing the research for this video and I looked up on YouTube about 100 subs, and all the videos are these huge YouTube channels explaining how you're gonna get 1,000 subs in a week, or they got 10,000 subs in 2 months. But I couldn't find anything of just small YouTubers starting a channel, real experience, how long it took, how they got there, and how it went. So that's what this video is gonna be. My experience starting the channel, how long it took me to get to 100 subs, and along the way I had one big scare, which was all of a sudden impressions, which is YouTube showing my video, just stopped. They just all plateaued and went to zero. And this may have happened to some of you. It may be something that you go through in the beginning. It's definitely very strange when it happens. But before we get to that, I'm going to just give you a little bit of background and tell you about where I started from and what I did to eventually get to 100 subs. So I'm not a big channel by any means. I'm not an expert, and I don't have any miracle solutions to add thousands of subs in 20 minutes. But while I was going over this first month and while I was growing my channel, I did find one thing that dramatically improved the number of subs that I was adding over that period of time. And after I get to how long it took me to get to 100 subs, I will tell you about this one thing that I did that really helped add subs and get me there faster. But first off, I want to hear from you. If you're just starting a channel and you haven't gotten there yet, let me know how long you think it'll take to get your channel to 100 subs. If you've got a channel that's already over 100, I'd love to hear how long it took. Like I said, there's a lot of information from the big channels. What we don't hear a lot about is the smaller channels, how long it takes us to realistically get to 100 subs. So please put that in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So now the story of how I got to 100 subs. And basically for me what happened is I put out one goofy little video just as a placeholder. The next day or a couple days after, I made the how-to video of how to get the hard water stains out of your toilet with vinegar and baking soda. And I believe a couple of days later, I made the video on cleaning and curing cast iron pots and pans. And I put it up and it wasn't doing anything. A couple of views a day, maybe 10, maybe 15. And then 6 days in, the algorithm decided it had enough information. It liked what it saw. And they say, okay, I'm going to start showing this to people. And so after 6 days, what they call impressions, how much they show it to people, just shot up. And it started carrying the whole channel. To give you a sense of where we are now, right now, that one video has 6,500 views. If you saw the first episode of this series, my first milestone as a YouTube channel was when that first video hit 1,000 views. That was not even 2 weeks ago. It hit 1,000. Now we're at 6,500. I have 3 other videos that are over 350. And then I've got, I don't know, those are 4 videos. I've got another 6 that are all lower. So altogether, I've got those 10 videos that have about 8,000 views. One thing I want to talk about, because this is an experience I had that other people are probably having, and it's super weird when it happens. About 15 days in, so maybe 10 days after that first video started taking off, all of my impressions just suddenly stopped. They were going up and it hit a plateau. And it wasn't just one video. I looked at from video to video to video. For all the videos, they just stopped. And I can put up the graphic somewhere of my views that were just taking off, and then they just cratered down. And in the graphic, you're going to see that they came back up again. But believe me, when it all just goes away, for your first impression, it's like, well, okay, there's no reason for it to start. There's no reason for YouTube to pick up my videos, and especially this one, to just give me thousands of impressions every day. Hundreds of views, more than that. That was a gift. And so the fact that it just went away, all right, that makes sense too, I guess. And of course, you have no idea if or when it's coming back. In my experience, just so that you know how this worked out, hopefully it's the same for you, it lasted a day. I don't know if YouTube was checking something or if a red flag went up and so they just shut me down for a day. But one day later, you got the curve is going up, flat lines. One day later, it just takes off as if nothing had ever happened. So now I can let you know exactly how long it took me with that background, getting everything up. I put up 10 videos in this time, and it took me 24 days to hit 100 subs. And the next thing I want to tell you about is what I did that really made a difference gaining subs and getting to that threshold faster. So in my case, 24 days for 100 subs. I know that's a lot slower than some people. That might be faster than some others. For me, that was the case. Now I want to share with you the one thing that I found and that I did this month that really helped me get there sooner. And that was using YouTube Shorts. It was 10, 15 days ago. That was right when I made the last video, around the 15th of January, that I had heard that YouTube was pushing shorts, that it was something we should definitely be getting into. I found out how to remix my long form videos that I'd already made into shorts, just finding any 15 or 30 second little clip that was a quirky moment or a funny moment, putting those out as shorts. The first night that I did that, I went through all my videos, found a couple of shorts in each one. Some of them were terrible. Some of them were a little bit better. The next morning, YouTube had pushed them all night long, like immediately. The next morning, one of them had 2,500 views. One of them had 1,500 views. What was interesting is that they pushed them. I got all those views, and then they stopped. They took it out of rotation, and it's pretty much died ever since. But in the time that they put it up and that they pushed it, not only did I get all those views, but those shorts were getting subscriptions. So I made a long form video about leather shoe care. An 8-minute video, good bit of work, 3 subscriptions. So far about 300 views, 3 subscriptions. The short that I cut off of it, it got 1,500 views and 3 subscriptions. So that doubled for that video, which was a video that only got me 3 subscriptions, so not that big a deal. But it doubled it. And it's also the case of a couple of other shorts that I remixed out of my long form. And then I also did just a couple of shorts on my own. So overall from the 100, about 20%, about 20 of those were from shorts. So if you're not doing them, it's definitely something to look into. The bare minimum is remixing your long form. They need to stand alone. They need to be quirky or funny or have some little moment to them. And that was the trick that I found to really help me push along with my subscriptions and get to 100 subs in under a month. And lastly, speaking of subscriptions, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy having the experiences of another small YouTuber, please help me out. Hit the subscription button, which will probably be up there somewhere. If you enjoyed this information, if you're enjoying this series, the next episode when it comes out will be down here. And we'll see you around next time. Video's over. Have a good one.